Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to do a mid-month review just to go over all of the totals and all of the bills and debts and everything like that that we've paid for the month. So the planner that I'm using now is actually my very first planner that I started using this year. It was these planners were like $1 at they were like $1 at Walmart. I can't get my words out tonight for some reason. They were $1 at Walmart, and I bought like 15 of them, y'all, and I passed them out as Christmas gifts last year, and I still have about 5 left. Okay, but anyway, we'll go ahead and jump right in. So for the mid-month, we'll start first with the expenses that just the monthly expenses. So the first thing we have is rent. We budgeted $779. So we recently moved here about 2 months ago, and we assumed that our rent would always be what the lease stated, which was $779. However, they let us know that there's actually a something in the lease that lets us know that trash and water or something would be included in our monthly rent. So we didn't know, but anyway, the rent was actually $812.49, and I've already checked the rent so far for this month, and it's like at $828 and something. But anyway, moving ahead along, electric, it's not due until the end of the month, like the 31st, so I haven't paid it, and I haven't even checked to see how much it is. I know. Appliances, we have to pay monthly for our washer and dryer. That's weird too to me, but the apartments do not come, like your washer and dryer isn't included in your apartment. If you want an apartment with a washer and dryer, you have to pay an extra amount. So that's $60, and it's paid separately if part of from your rent. So it's not due either. It's due like on the 27th, so I haven't paid it. Car insurance, it was $80.14, and I paid that amount. For the internet and cable, so yeah, I thought it was gonna be $110. I caught myself just transferring our internet and cable from Arkansas here to North Carolina. Turns out yeah, it's different packages or something, so it ended up being $136 actually. I was so upset, I just split the payment up. I was like, you know what, I don't even want to pay this, but yeah, I know they don't care. So cell phone bill, like I said, we have prepaid phones, so we only pay $80 a month, and that's already been paid. It's due on like the 2nd or 3rd of the month. So now we'll come to our debts, and our debts, the first, we have a credit card bill. The minimum payment on it is $35. However, we paid $107 this month on it. On our second credit card, was $25, and we paid $25, but then I turned around and I made an additional payment on it. So I paid the $25 by the due date, and I also paid $350.90 on it. Lolena, really, you couldn't add that up, girl? So goodness gracious, $375.90 is what I paid on that one. For the third credit card, it was $35, and I made the payment for $35. For my iPhone lease, because I'm leasing my marvelous iPhone like the rest of the world, no, $76, and it is actually due next week, and I haven't paid it yet, so, but I'm thinking about doubling up on it. So I'm not sure what we're gonna pay on that yet. Student loans, it's not due until the 25th, so I haven't paid it. Car note, my husband, he paid his car note last week. And then we have a department store credit card, and we paid $50 instead of the minimum of $27. As far as the household, these expenses here, these would be our cash envelopes for the things that we've budgeted for. So there are some categories I have not added into this, and I will include it in the end of the month review so that we get all totals and we have everything together. So as far as the household, the amount that we've actually spent so far in the household is $40. As far as groceries, the amount that we've spent is, one second. So as far as we've spent a total of $227.32 in groceries. For gas, okay, the only amount that we've spent so far is just $120. We've budgeted, we did the cash envelopes for this week, but I'm not adding in what we set aside in the cash envelopes because, of course, we haven't touched any of that money yet. So I can't add it in. I don't want to add it in yet because it's not there. As far as dining out, for the month, dining out, we are one second. Okay, for the month, for dining out, we're at $75. Alrighty, vacation. Okay, so I'm not gonna add this up until we come back because vacation actually encompasses a lot. It encompasses our well, no, yeah, it's our rental car. We haven't paid for it yet. We pay for all of that stuff. By the time you guys watch this video, we will probably already be on the road and gone and all of that good stuff. Probably there by the time y'all watch it. So at this point, I haven't paid for any of that stuff yet, besides the tickets for the events that we've already paid for in advance. So I guess I can give the totals on those, because that's the only thing that's actually paid for. So let's see. So far we only paid $95, and I'm not sure if I told you guys, but we're not paying anything for the resort that we're staying in. So we were part of a travel club, and our points expire September 30th. So everything revolving around the trip, as far as like, you know, the resort and everything, it's been paid for since like December of last year. So we've just had about 9,000 points to use. So we've been taking vacations this year just based on the points. So we don't have to pay anything once we actually make it to the locations. And the point package that we purchased, it was for 1 year, and it was like 9,000 points, and I think it was only like $700. So the way that we would plan our trips is based on a calendar. We would choose the locations based on, you know, whether it's the busy season or if it's a slow season. So typically we try to go with the slow season, and that's when we go because that's when you actually you spend less points during the slow seasons. So I'm not sure if we're actually going to do that again because I just don't think we're going to do it again. We were doing like just a sampler package, and I think we're going to focus on paying off like student loans and the car notes and everything like that before we start thinking about doing something like that again. But it was really nice, and I have lotion all in my nails, y'all. I tried to make my hands pretty before recording the video, and I just have all this lotion everywhere. But like I said, I'm not sure if we're going to do that again. So the only amount that we've been out of so far with this trip is $95. Everything else is already paid for. So for our monthly allowance, I had that we were budgeting $500 because we were just looking at, you know, $100 a week that we would split. However, I think the first week of the month we both got $100, so that was $200 last week we only did 50 and 50. So, and then let's see, we spent all of it that first week. Clear. So 200, and then I spent out of my allowance. I spent what, $36, and my husband, he spent $43. So out of the 500 that we budgeted, we only spent $279. So as far as the emergency fund, we have slacked, you guys. So yeah, emergency fund is low. And maybe we'll go ahead and try to reach that 400 by the end of the month. So right now we're only at 150, and we're trying to get to 1,000. So that's where we are. What I want to see is the amount that we've paid to debt so far this month. So let's see, 107 plus 375.90 plus 35 plus 430 plus 50. So far this month, dang, that's it. We've paid $997.90 to debt, and our total expenses, which I'm gonna count this section here. Let's see, 812.49 plus 80.14 plus 136 plus 80. So that's $1,108.63. And our cash envelope, our budgeted amount for cash envelopes, we've spent 40 plus 227.32 plus 120 plus 75 plus 95 plus 279 plus 150. So I'm just gonna do cash envelope. I'm not really sure what to call that section, and that amount is $986.32. So if we add all of those together, we have $987.90 plus $1108.63 plus $986.32. So far we've spent $3,092 and 85 cents. Not too bad, I guess. I don't know. So those are our totals. That's the mid-month review, and I will I'm gonna try to make a vlog for you guys on vacation so that I can show you how we're budgeting and getting by on either $200 or $300 on vacation. We'll keep you guys posted, and until then, I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will talk to you later. Toodles.